Okay, hello, welcome back to another video, or should I say welcome back to our Matthews modelling. It's feels like quite a long time since we did some Matthews modelling, but we're up to speed now on the layouts and other things that have been going on, so we can get back to working on some locos and some rolling stock. Now if you cast your mind way back to the last Matthews modelling, so that was way before Common Barn departed. The last things we were looking at were a Class 05 diesel shunter and a J70 Tram, both resin kits, both from Silverfox models. Now, when you last saw them, they were just plain, straight out of the bag. So they've changed quite a bit. You're going to get an idea of the final outcome of them, put it that way. So if we just come down first, we've got the J70 Tram out. Here that is. Now, what do you make of that? First thing to say is ignore the purple inside. I'll explain that. But first things first, here's the livery. Now, I did give you a clue in the big loco update when I showed you the model power shunter. I did say, try and remember this livery, that it was a black body with a red chassis, and this was why. Now I did actually paint this before the model power shunter came along, so it was a bit of a coincidence now that I have two in the same. But I've always wanted to do some kind of industrial liveried tram. Whether an industrial one ever existed, I don't really know. But the thought of some kind of company, NCB, something like that, just taking on an old Wisbeck Upwell style tram, you know, it felt pretty cool. And I decided that I was going to do this livery after taking some inspiration from a couple of European tram style locos I'd seen. Now, it did originally have full red skirts, it wasn't just a red band, the red went all the way to the bottom, but it did look a little too much, so we masked that back off and we sprayed it back up black. And I love it. I think it was a brilliant idea to have this livery on it. It's not something you're going to see again, I don't think, on a J70 Tram. Whether I'll brand it into something or not, it would probably be branded into NCB if I was going to do it, I don't know. I'm leaning towards maybe not, and just keeping it as this, you know, out there livery. Hopefully you can tell that it's weathered. So about halfway up the body, just over where the builder's plate is, I've dusted it up. I don't overly enjoy weathering black locos. I find it a bit harder to weather than other colours. But hopefully you can pick it out. So I've picked out the builder's plate in silver. We've got the gold bell on the top. It isn't finished up there. There is a piece of piping I need to construct. And then at the front I've added some chain links, just because I think locos look far better with them on, and I do have a number of locos that I would like to add these to at some point. Greased up the buffers, and then hopefully you can notice the lamp irons picked out in white. Now that was my good old white gel pen. And that was like the brilliant thing for picking out details and stuff like that. So there we go, and I'm rather happy with it. Rather happy with it. We can switch it round, although it's not much different on the other side. The motor isn't fitted in there at the minute, because the motor has been running under something else, but the motor bogie will go under there once I've built the what's the word, once I've built the flooring and the bulkheads, and then fitted a mounting point for the motor. So as I was saying about the purple inside, this is just, if I tip it back up, it's a big lump of plasticine. And plasticine is a very good way of weighting down your models. Just that one blob of plasticine, that weighs an absolute ton now compared to what it did. It was a flimsy resin body, and now it's rather heavy. So get yourself to pound shop, eBay, wherever you want, get yourself a pack of plasticine. I've got a really long pack, and it'll last me an absolute age, because you know you can't fit a lot inside a loco wagon, but one ball is enough. Now obviously when I build the bulkheads up the back of the cabs, you know, that won't be seen and you'll never know it's in there. But yeah, plasticine, really good idea with plasticine. So this is how the J70 Tram's coming along. Like I say, I hope you like it. It's something a bit different. So to get that finished off, bulkheads, motor point, on a bit of piping on the top, and then that's done and that's good to roll. So a few construction things to do on it, but nothing too major. So that was the J70 Tram. I'll pop that out of the shop. Can I just say as well, whilst I'm here, this is the reason why I'm going to leave this area open for when we do the Matthews modelling, because it's a nice open area. I mean, all you're going to have is some overgrowth on here, and it leaves me with a nice open space to show these. So that was a J70 Tram. The other thing, Class 05 diesel shunter. Now please forgive me when I show you this, because it's not on its motor. I was giving all the locos a good run the other day when I've got the layout up and running, so the chassis for this I'll put back under the original Bachmann 04. So it is motorless, chassisless, but you're going to get an idea of its appearance. Plonk it down there. Here's the Class 05, bright. A lot brighter on the camera than it actually is. So we've gone for a yellow. Now I like yellow shunters, and funnily enough I don't really have one. Not a good one, not a decent one. I've got a Hornby 06, that was my first ever loco, you know, rebuild and repaint, shall we say, which, can I just add, is going to make a comeback. And I thought, you know what, I'm gonna go for this. Now I did the Hornby Sentinel into a yellow, for those who can remember, and I used a Carplan spray paint, and it reacted to the Sentinel in a horrible way, and I ended up gaining this unplanned weathered effect. It was a bit peely, a bit rusted, and I rolled with it, and yeah, I'm very happy with it. And I thought, well, I'm going to try it again. So this was a plain resin primered body, and I've used the same yellow Carplan paint, and I'm glad to say it fared a bit better than what the Sentinel did. Not perfect, you know, if you were spraying a model in pristine, you wouldn't be happy with it. But for something that's going to be weathered anyway, I was rather glad. So I've gone for the all over yellow, grey roof. I've added the exhaust pipe. This one didn't come with an exhaust, but the Helgen, is it Cider Queen, that has the big exhaust stack on it. I just love it, so I thought I want to add one to this. So grey roof, exhaust added, all over yellow, and then we're going for the red buffer beams. The steps and the tanks there, which you can't hardly see, are picked out in black. It's nowhere near finished painting wise, absolutely nowhere near at all. There's lots of things that need redoing, there's lots of areas that need touching up, but these are just the first coats, just to get an idea of the livery that we're going for. So yeah, and I'm quite excited because I think it's going to look pretty good, and I'm even more excited because I know what livery, or should not livery, but I know what logo, and I know what you know, what company this is going to belong to, and again, it's not one that you're going to have seen before, and I can most definitely tell you that the company name that is going on it, they do not have a bright yellow Class 05. So yeah, it's going to look pretty good. I'm having to have the transfers custom printed because they don't come in the size that I wanted them. So yeah, I'm rather looking forward to this one being finished. But a few more coats of paint. As you can see, I have started to weather the yellow, just with some black washes sitting in the recesses and whatnot. So it should look pretty good. But yeah, so that's your Matthews modelling update on the loco side of things. So the Class 05 and the J70 Tram, a couple of striking liveries on them there. Now the next Matthews modelling you will see, I will show the warship. I could show you a warship. The warship's coming along nicely. In fact, that could just be a complete finished project that I'll show you. There's only a couple of little things left to do with the warship. And that's it really for the locos. And then I've got, as I said before, I've got a couple of wagons and a coach, shall we say, to show you in the wagon works. So keep an eye out for them, because there's something pretty special in the wagon works that I'm extremely proud of. But for now, loco wise, there's your Class 05, there's your J70, and I will see you in the next video. As always, let me know what you think. Thank you for watching, and bye bye.